Hello to all our Sales Ignition members and welcome to part 4 of our web design choices that hinder lead generation efforts video series. Previously we covered UI and UX, call to actions and contact forms. If you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. So today we're covering SEO. Not familiar with the term? Well, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. Now, traditionally, design isn't the first thing that pops into people's minds when they talk about SEO. But given this series is all about design, we'll be unpacking how SEO factors into that process. Before we dig into this, let's touch on the importance of SEO for your website. The two main goals of implementing SEO on your website are to help you rank better in search results and of course drive more organic traffic to your website. In short, it's the organic traffic we want, given it's the traffic we don't have to pay for with advertising. That being said, SEO is not a replacement for digital advertising or other marketing efforts, but instead a strategy meant to be used in tandem with these other strategies. It's important to note that SEO is a mid to long-term strategy that needs to be applied to all the content you create for your website. It's not a magic solution, but is instead the foundation used to further build your reputation online. There are multiple activities that fall within SEO, but for this video we'll be touching mainly on keywording, outbound links, and content. When implementing keywording, you want to identify keywords that have good search volume and are relevant to your business. You can then add these keywords to your website by including them in titles, descriptions, and various text pieces. Outbound links, not to be confused with backlinks, are links to external websites with the purpose of adding value to your users. Example, when you've written an article and you cite your source with an external link. Then we have content, which refers to the uploads you make to your website in the form of articles and/or videos for users to consume. So the matter at hand, how does the implementation of these SEO activities hurt your lead generation through design? Okay, let's start with keywording. Keywording is a must on any website to help organic growth, but when implementing it, you need to use restraint. It goes without saying, don't use keywords that aren't relevant to your business, as this will inevitably cause your bounce rate to go through the roof and your website will drop in the rankings. Example, a user was looking to buy sports gear and landed on your website because of your use of sports-related keywords. The problem is, you aren't in the sports business. You are a fruit wholesaler. Not only is this a terrible SEO strategy, but as part of your website's overall design, it creates massive confusion for anyone visiting your website. So you definitely want to be using only good quality, relevant keywords, but even then, need to avoid overusing these keywords. You want to ensure that your titles, descriptions, and any text on your website reads clearly whilst sounding natural. No one wants to read the word fruit 4 times in a 10-word sentence. It reads poorly, is distracting, and simply looks horrible. You will drive people away from your website if you do this. Instead, focus on distributing the keywords evenly without sacrificing the quality of the text at hand. With outbound links, don't add hundreds of unnecessary, irrelevant links to your website. Doing this looks hideous and will immediately cause trust issues for users of your website. Instead, use outbound links sparingly where it makes sense to do so, remembering that the primary goal is to add value for your users' experience. Also, make sure when using outbound links that you are linking only to high-quality, trusted websites. A link to an obscure, malicious website will only hurt your SEO. Good examples of outbound links are links to your social media profiles, links to sources you would like to cite, or links to sources that expand beyond the topic at hand. Remember, although you are sending traffic away from your website, outbound links help ranking algorithms gauge the informational benefit and credibility of your content. That being said, again use these sparingly where it makes sense to do so. Content technically incorporates the use of keywording and outbound links, so the same rules apply. However, with content we want to avoid writing content that has little to no substance. Remember, if you publish something and a user only sees keywords and links without any value, they will leave your website. Content has to add value by giving a user information they would find useful. So in summary, when applying SEO to your website, it is important that you Keep everything relevant to your business. Avoid ruining the user experience with excessive repetition. Ensure your content has substance, looks good, and was created to add value. That's it for this video, and as always, we invite you to engage with us by letting us know if this video was helpful and whether or not you would like us to unpack anything further. From the team at Spark Outbound, we wish you nothing but success, and let's continue to ignite growth.